You know, guys, it is so hard to listen to Jacob Zuma or the supporters of Jacob Zuma without actually bursting into laughter. Every time when these people are out in social media saying things about Jacob Zuma, you cannot help yourself but to laugh. You look at people like Mzwanele Manyi, you look at people like Floyd Shivambu Duduzile Zuma, uh, who is this guy, Ntlamulo Ndlela, on social media, telling South Africans that Jacob Zuma wants to unite black people. Jacob Zuma wants to do this. Jacob Zuma wants to do that. But if there's one thing that these people are actually failing to answer is why didn't Jacob Zuma do all of these things when he was the president of the country for almost 10 years? They are telling us that if Jacob Zuma becomes the president of the country, this is what he's going to do. As if the man was never the president of the country before. That's what I'm saying. Like, it is so hard. I don't want to lie. It is so hard to actually take these people seriously. I mean, even the party itself, it is so hard for me to take it seriously. Because on one side, Jacob Zuma himself says that I formed MK Party because I wanted to save the ANC. He still fantasizes about controlling the ANC. And you have these people, you have his supporters saying that no, we hate the ANC. We voted for Umkhonto Wesizwe Party because we hate the ANC. But the man who started the party said that I started this political party because I want to save the party that I actually love, which is the ANC. That's what I'm saying. This whole thing, it is a mess. It is a mess. But anyway, Jacob Zuma recently went to Ghana to attend the inauguration of a new president in Ghana. And while he was there, he actually got a chance to do an interview on Channel 1. And I want us to actually look at the part where Jacob Zuma is talking about the future of this country and whether Julius Malema is going to be a future leader in this country. Just listen to this, man.
Let's talk about the future of South Africa in terms of leadership succession. Because one of the problems with many African countries is when a strong leader leaves the scene, it's very difficult to get his replacement. So a lot of them are replacing their leaders with their sons. Mandela handed over to Mbeki. In a sense, you are the third generation in that line. And of course, after you, you say you were kicked out. But there's a strong cry for new leadership. Is the young man of EFF the next generation for South Africa?
But guys, to be fair, why are you asking Jacob Zuma about the future of this country? To start with, why are you asking Jacob Zuma about the future of this country? Jacob Zuma belongs in that generation that actually fought in the struggle. He did his part. He was the president of the country for almost 9 years. He did his part. I feel like it is unfair to ask Jacob Zuma about the future of this country. It is unfair.
Well, I don't know. Because you are talking about the Youth League in the Malema.
Yes.
They come from the ANC. They did not just emerge from anywhere else. They came from the ANC, dissatisfied with how the ANC treated him in particular, and then moved out. And
listen to how Jacob Zuma actually phrases this. He says that Julius Malema, they were dissatisfied with how the ANC treated them, and they moved out. They were dissatisfied with how the ANC treated them, and they moved out. He's not saying that we expelled Julius Malema. Julius Malema did not move out of the ANC. Julius Malema was expelled from the ANC. But the way he phrases it, he makes it sound like there was just a disagreement between Julius Malema and the ANC. Then Julius Malema decided that, okay, I don't want to entertain this argument anymore. Then I'm going to pack my bags and leave this political party. No, this is not how it happened. You guys expelled Julius Malema. This is the reason why Julius Malema was kicked out of the ANC. You say that you were kicked out of the ANC, but when it comes to you being clear about what happened with Julius Malema and the fact that you guys kicked out Julius Malema, you say that he moved out. He says that Julius Malema moved out. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. He was dissatisfied with how the ANC treated them. No. This is not how it actually went down. You guys expelled Julius Malema. You expelled Julius Malema. This is why Julius Malema is not a member of the ANC today. He did not move out. You make it sound like he took a decision to say that, okay, I don't want to deal with the ANC anymore, then I'm going to move out. Why is Jacob Zuma doing that? But when it comes to himself, no, they kicked me out. They kicked me out. No, I'm such a victim. No, I'm a victim. They kicked me out. But when it comes to Julius Malema, Julius Malema moved out. He moved out.
And then moved out and formed what we call, and then some people joined him. So I can't say it's a youth that is going to change any other thing. Because they're
So basically he's saying that he does not believe that Julius Malema is going to change anything. He does not believe in Julius Malema. This is basically what he's saying. He does not believe in Julius Malema. He doesn't. He doesn't. Because Julius Malema comes from the ANC and he was dissatisfied with how the ANC treated him. He moved out, he formed a political party, some people joined him. But he does not believe that Julius Malema is going to change anything. I mean, like, this is unreal.
About the youth league in the Malema,
Yes.
they come from the ANC. They did not just emerge from anywhere else. They came from the ANC, dissatisfied with how the ANC treated him in particular, and then moved out and formed what we call, and then some people joined him. So I can't say it's a youth that is going to change any other thing. Because their ANC, at least that one, the organization we're talking about, its leader was brought up by the ANC. He's the ANC like me and everybody else. So there was nothing that you could say was very special and new. If that was the case, they would have actually assisted what I've done now, if that was the case.
So the only person who can actually make changes is Jacob Zuma himself. Nobody else. Nobody else. If these people were actually honest about wanting to make change, they would have actually helped Jacob Zuma with what he's doing right now. They would have actually helped Jacob Zuma with what he's doing right now. Other than that, there is no way that these people can actually affect change. This is what he's basically saying. So Jacob Zuma believes that he's the only person who can actually bring change in this country. He's the only person who can actually bring change.
What would Mandela be thinking about the party?
I'm sure he's very unhappy, very unhappy, because people changed the ANC into something else. Just to tell you the example, the oppressors that oppressed us for centuries, the ANC that we're talking about of Mandela, joined them. Today they are together. Now there's no Mandela would have done so.
The ANC has changed because the ANC has gotten into the partnership with the oppressors that has oppressed us for a long time, and Mandela wouldn't have done so. I'm like, people do not have amnesia. People remember that the ANC in 94, they got into the government of national unity with the National Party and the IFP. The ANC of Nelson Mandela got into governance with the National Party and the IFP. So the idea that Nelson Mandela would be so mad with the fact that the ANC is working with the DA today, like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense because Mandela himself, he got into governance with the National Party. He got into governance with the National Party. So why is Jacob Zuma sitting there and saying that no, the ANC of Mandela, it would not have done so? They did so. They did so. They did so. But unfortunately, I mean, like that guy from Ghana, he was supposed to have made his own research and pushed back on this thing that Jacob Zuma is saying. To say that no, why would Nelson Mandela be angry with the ANC being in governance with the DA when his own ANC was in governance with the National Party? Why would Nelson Mandela be angry today? Why would Nelson Mandela be angry today? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. I mean, like, can you just imagine what the whole interview sounds like? Can you just imagine what the whole interview sounds like? It's unbelievable, man, that the man would sit there on television in Ghana and say all of these things as if some of the people in Ghana didn't know that the ANC of Nelson Mandela actually got into governance with the National Party. They did. They got into governance with the National Party and IFP. They did. They did. So why would Mandela be angry today when he see the ANC that is led by Cyril Ramaphosa being in governance with the DA? Why would Mandela be angry when he did that? And Jacob Zuma says that no, the ANC of Mandela wouldn't have done so. I mean, like, this is this is insane. This is insane, and this is what Jacob Zuma always does when he does the interviews. This is what he always does when he does the interviews, and you will find his supporters to say that yes, this ANC of Ramaphosa is a sellout. The ANC of Nelson Mandela it is dead. This ANC of Ramaphosa, it is sellout, forgetting that the ANC of Ramaphosa is the one that actually mirrors the ANC of Nelson Mandela. If you want to talk about the ANC of Nelson Mandela, the ANC of Nelson Mandela looks exactly like the ANC of Cyril Ramaphosa. It looks exactly like the ANC of Cyril Ramaphosa. I don't understand, man. Why is Msholozi, man? Why does Msholozi likes doing this on the interviews? I don't understand, man. Why this man likes doing these things on the interviews, man. You know, the things that Jacob Zuma says on these interviews, they actually remind me of a video that I saw of Advocate Aikumalo. What is the name of that video? I saw of Advocate Aikumalo, where he was actually talking about Jacob Zuma, and he's so frustrated when he's speaking about Jacob Zuma. It is so insane. It is so insane. Okay, this is the video of Advocate Aikumalo talking about Jacob Zuma. Just listen to what Advocate Aikumalo is saying about Ngqabalala. I mean, the way the guy just likes to distort everything. Like, it is unbelievable that such an old man would just sit on national television and just lie like that. He would sit on national television and just lie like that, and he would he would paint himself as a victim. No, the ANC kicked me out. No, they kicked me out. I couldn't finish off my term. I can reveal the secrets of Ramaphosa, but I don't want to talk about that. He always says that he wants to reveal the secret, but he doesn't want to talk about that. But he is the victim because they kicked me out. But when it comes to Julius Malema, no, Julius Malema worked out. They moved out of the ANC. The way Jacob Zuma just likes to distort things, I don't understand why is Madala so obsessed with just distorting the facts. I don't understand, man. I don't understand.
When it comes to the analysis of a fella who built a house, $1 billion, next to the poor, it was renovated twice. You know, it's so un-Che Guevara like, un-Thomas Sankara like to eat next to the poor, building a palace next to poor people. You know, was it unifying black people? RET, as we are told, what is unifying us? Something that he failed to do when he was in government.
Exactly. And even his people, they like doing that, man. I remember Andile Mqitama saying that, no, Jacob Zuma is the father of free education. Jacob Zuma brought us free education. And you're like, man, what do you mean Jacob Zuma brought people free education, man? Children were being shot when Jacob Zuma was the president of the country for free education. Children had to go out in the streets, man. The students has to go out in the streets to protest, to fight for the free education. But today, you listen to the likes of Andile Mqitama, they will tell you that, no, the radical economic transformation, it means that Jacob Zuma is the father of free education, man. I mean, like, saying that Jacob Zuma is the father of free education is an insult to the students that were shot in the street. It is an insult to the students that were actually put in jail by the Jacob Zuma's administration. Today, they want you to believe that Jacob Zuma, the same Jacob Zuma who jailed the students, is now the father of free education. This is like, even the people that are following him, they are like that. You listen to Floyd Shivambu today. Like, we know Floyd Shivambu, all of the things that he said about Jacob Zuma for the past 10 years. Floyd Shivambu in parliament telling South Africans about Jacob Zuma, about the lies of Jacob Zuma, about everything that Jacob Zuma does today. But today, Floyd Shivambu, he's the member of the MK party. He goes on national television to say that he was misled. He was misled about Jacob Zuma. All of the things that he used to say about Jacob Zuma, he was misled. And this is the guy that we are supposed to think that he is the think tank of, he was the think tank of the EFF. This is one of the smartest politicians in the country telling us that he was misled about Jacob Zuma. I don't understand. Even the people that are with him, they just like to change things. They just like to twist things around. It is so insane, man. It is so insane how these people with a straight face, they can just twist things around. You listen to Floyd Shivambu today when he speaks about Jacob Zuma, you wouldn't swear that this was a man who would tell the supporters of the EFF, who will tell South Africans about the corruption of Jacob Zuma, what Jacob Zuma did. Today says like, no, all of those things that I said for the past 10 years, please don't take them seriously. I was misled. And even the supporters of the MK party, they said, yeah, the mainstream media used to lie about Jacob Zuma, so it makes sense why Floyd Shivambu would say that he was misled. I mean, like, when did Floyd Shivambu start taking his information from the mainstream media? When did he start taking his information from the mainstream media? But this is what the people are saying. This is what the people are saying, the father of radical economic transformation. What radical economic transformation? What radical economic transformation? I don't know, man. There is something there in the water in Nkandla, man. I swear to God. I swear to God, there is something in the water there in Nkandla. Even Julius Malema, when he went to Nkandla, he came back and thinking that, yeah, me and Jacob Zuma are friends. You remember even before the elections, he was speaking about Jacob Zuma endorsing the EFF. Yeah, we want Jacob Zuma to endorse the EFF. Yeah, the politics, it's about the numbers. It is not about the truth. It is not about serving the people. But the politics, it is the game of the numbers. He basically wanted Jacob Zuma to endorse his political party. Jacob Zuma formed his own political party and destroyed the political party of a man who he was having a tea with. Everybody who goes to KZN, anywhere near Nkandla, it seems like there's something in the water there in Nkandla. I'm telling you, it seems like there's something there in the water, man. The people completely lose their mind when they get there. They completely lose their mind. They completely lose their mind. It is so absurd, man. It is so absurd.
Government, MEC, deputy president, when it comes to the analysis of a fella who built a house, $1 billion, next to the poor, it was renovated twice. It's so un-Che Guevara-like, un-Thomas Sankara-like to eat next to the poor, building a palace next to poor people. Was it unifying black people, RET, as we are told, what is unifying us? Something that he failed to do when he was in government, MEC, deputy president for almost 30 years in government. He failed to do that. And what is the unification number for us to say you are now united? Was it unifying black people when he impregnated Evan Khosa's daughter, his friend? Breaking all gentlemen's code, sleeping with Kwezi, the daughter of his friend. Was he unifying black people when he killed Gaddafi, voting with NATO? And China and Russia couldn't save the guy because they said, you Africans, you also voted. Even though they had the power to save Gaddafi, maybe they wouldn't because Gaddafi was competing with them with the currency. They also wanted their currency. But Jacob Zuma made it easier for them. All of a sudden, Duduzana became a billionaire. His children running up Ozalo production houses, his wives running foundations, competing with the state. Is that RET? When his friends became richer. It is amazing the madness that you are subjected into. We are told that this guy is a chess player. Was he playing chess when he was thrown in jail? Is it part of the strategy? When he was kicked out of the ANC by a newcomer like Cyril Ramaphosa, was he still playing chess? When he's kicked out, crying outside. It is amazing, because people go brain dead when it comes to Jacob Zuma.
Exactly, this is what I'm saying. People, they go brain dead. People, they absolutely on. I swear to God, these people, they go brain dead. When they go to, when it comes to Jacob Zuma, they go brain dead. I remember even yesterday I was watching the old videos of JJ Tabane. There is a rant. I don't know if I'm going to find that rant about Jacob Zuma. Like it was like people we say the same thing. It's almost as if these people they go brain dead, like they forget everything. They forget everything, and suddenly tell us that this guy, he's the Messiah, and how wonderful he is, how he did wonderful things in this country. We did wonderful things in this country. It is amazing, man. It is amazing. Like it is shocking. It is shocking, man. It is shocking. It's shocking, man.
Saying you hate Jacob Zuma. I hate Cyril more, but Jacob Zuma, he is a lunatic. He is a thief. He is a liar. He is a deceiver. He's working for his family, cementing his legacy. There's nothing noble about Jacob Zuma. There is nothing noble. He failed to unify us when he was a president. He took, wrong decisions. Actually, he did the opposite of unifying, caring for a black child. He cared for his Indian friends. Abu Shabir Sheikh, Bo Guptas, was it unifying black people?
I mean, like, seriously, like, it's almost as if people lose their mind when it comes to Jacob Zuma. It's almost as if people lose their mind, but they always cry later. You remember that guy who used to love Jacob Zuma so much, the original founder of Umkhonto Wesizwe Party, Jabulani Khumalo. He used to love Jacob Zuma, but now he's warning people about Jacob Zuma. You remember the churches before the elections? Jacob Zuma used to sing in front of the churches before the elections. Now, the same pastors, they are saying that, no, Jacob Zuma has turned his back on us. He has promised us 1, 2, 3, and now he's not fulfilling his plans. People resigned from their jobs because they were made the members of parliament of the MK party. They just imagine resigning from your job, resigning from your teacher job that you were supposed to have all your life. You resign from your teacher job and say that I don't want to be the teacher anymore because I'm going to be the member of parliament of the MK party. And after a couple of weeks, Jacob Zuma fires you from the parliament. He fires them from the parliament. And now they are all over the courts crying because they want to be reinstated in parliament, saying that, no, we have lost our livelihood, we have lost our salaries. And Jacob Zuma says that, no, it is the party. The party can actually make the decisions about who can go to parliament or what. Unfortunately, this is politics. He's not telling the lie. But the fact that someone would actually sit down and actually resign from their job to be the member of parliament of the MK party, and a couple of weeks after that, he's kicked out like a dog. Kicked out like a dog. Right now, in MK party, there are internal fights in MK party. One of the things that the people are fighting about in MK party is that a lot of people actually campaign for the MK party. They used their resources to actually campaign for this political party. Now that this political party is up there, no, they are not even taking these people to parliament. They are busy calling the people from the EFF and putting those people in positions of power. They are busy parachuting the people who just got to the power. They put them there. And the people who were there with the party from the beginning, they are saying, but this guy has turned his back on us. Why is he doing this to us? Why all of these people that just got to the party, they are now promoted. But the people that were with the party from the beginning, nothing has been done about them. So now there are internal fights inside the MK party. People are fighting inside the MK party. Everybody is learning the hard way that every time when you try to assist Jacob Zuma, he's going to turn around and stab you in the back. But no. I guess the likes of Andile Mkritama and Mzwane Lemanyi, they are waiting to be kicked out of the MK party so that they can see what is it exactly they are dealing with. I don't remember anyone who dealt with Jacob Zuma and still say that, yeah, everything is still fine. They are kicked out. Right now, there are rumors that Floyd Shivambu might be out. There's no smoke without fire. Floyd Shivambu might actually be out of the Secretary General. Why? They are done with him. Like, he drafted the Constitution. He drafted the Constitution. Like, well, why do they need Floyd Shivambu? They don't need Floyd Shivambu anymore. Now the factions are rising inside the MK party to say that we don't want Floyd Shivambu anymore. We don't want Willis Mkhunu anymore. Willis Mkhunu was there in stage when the MK party was busy trying to fight for the elections there in Pietermaritzburg. He was on stage, and the supporters of the MK party, they started booing him. And you think it is a coincidence? It is not a coincidence. Someone inside the party is actually working. Someone inside the party is working his magic because they are saying, no, Willis Mkhunu, we don't want you anymore in this party. We don't. So they are sending their supporters to say that, no, we don't want Willis Mkhunu anymore. We don't want Floyd Shivambu anymore. This is what happens every time when people try to attach themselves with Jacob Zuma. But it's almost as if they lose their minds. They totally lose their mind. Totally. So they are getting everything that they deserve. But me personally, I think that it was very ungentlemanlike, very unstatesmanlike for the former president of the country to sit live on national television in Ghana and to simply lie like that. Like, it is disgusting. Guys, please tell me what you think on the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button. And the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.